Shaders was recently updated for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, introducing color grading and tone mapping. This feature now gives creators the ability to add distinct moods and themes to their shaders packs. As of right now, there are 5 different moods players are able to use. If you would like to try this out for yourself, you need to be in the latest beta and preview and on a platform that does support the deferred technical preview. This does not work in any of the latest full releases. Once you're in a world, make sure you are turning on the experimental toggle located at the bottom. The render dragon features for creators, and as it says, enables the deferred rendering pipeline, requires a PBR enabled resource pack, which I will leave in the description. This is also created by Poggy is Lit, and it will be this version right here. All you need to do is turn this on, make sure it's active, then you're good to go. And before anybody asks, there is no official release date for this. It's still in experimental, it's extremely buggy, and it is still a work in progress. It's not coming with the 1.21 update, but it is expected to be releasing in 2024. With that out the way, let's get into what is new. So we now have tone mapping, and this is how it works, as shown on the introduction. Essentially, the Minecraft developers have introduced 5 basic moods. That being Rain Hard Luminance, Rain Hard Luma, Rain Hard, Hable, and Aces. And this one is my favorite. This was provided by the Minecraft developers, briefly explaining how each level of tone mapping actually works. And the reason why I like Aces, located at the bottom, it says, a filmic tone mapping operator meant to emulate the behaviors of real-life film, specifically following the Aces standard used in television and film. With the introduction of all of these, I kindly asked Poggy to interpret them into his shaders packs. So in the latest downloads, when you go into settings, there is going to be subpacks featuring the tone mapper for Rain Hard Luma, Rain Hard, Hable, Aces, and of course, we do have the fog options as well. Just a quick interruption for today's video. If you are using the brand new Edit World or New World UI, which looks like this, you need to go back to the old one because there is a slight bug in Minecraft. Took me a while to figure this out. However, if you have the shaders pack enabled, and let's say you wanted to use Aces, whenever you back out and go into game, it will default back to the fog effect. So you have to go to general, go to this one, just go back to the old design, and then you'll be able to edit your pack options. It just seems to be a slight bug. We're going to start today's video with the Rain Hard because I think this is more of a lower end setting. One thing I'm starting to notice with all of the shaders is that water is starting to look so much more improved. It's not like a flat texture anymore. We are starting to see a few reflections. The same over there, but I've currently set this to sunrise. Kind of got like a sandstorm effect is what I'm going to call it. Things are going to look blue now. And if you check out the water, look at the differences, man. Such a big upgrade compared to the last time we checked this out, which by the way was 2 months ago. So a lot has changed in 2 months. Now, like I said, the one we're checking out right now is the Rain Hard. I forgot to put these in order. So basically, you've got Rain Hard, then you've got Rain Hard Luma, and then you've got Rain Hard Luminance. This has like lower quality options, is probably the best way to say it. Gradually getting better, even better. And then Hable and Aces are like so much more powerful down to the shadows and so much more. So I actually think that shader pack creators will have more control over the quality of shaders that they produce. I noticed a lot of you guys saying, hey Echo, the shaders always crashes on my device. So with Minecraft introducing different moods and themes, these being more of the lower end and these ones being more of the higher end, shader pack creators can cater them for specific devices. Now, one thing I have noticed with this is the suns are starting to look so much better. More of like a brighter aura around it. Previously, it was just a giant square, and it kind of looked a mess. So obviously, we do have the nighttime experience, and I love the lava. I also love the subtle aura over there from even more lava. Now, when we turn this to nighttime, I'm a huge fan of this. I think the nighttime sky previously didn't look as good as this. But again, the moon looks just as impressive as the sun did. Even the shadows of this one during nighttime is really impressive. And I think shaders really stands out in a cherry blossom biome with all the particles. And we'll do /time set, and we'll do noon as well to see how this looks. And I'm really impressed with it. Like I said, the shaders are starting to look so much better. Granted, there is still a few bugs and issues here and there, but that's kind of expected with something that is still relatively new. Something else to be noted is when you enter something such as a swamp biome or a forest, the fog effect will automatically turn on and be quite intense. So the deeper you go, the more of a fog you will start to see. I think it's the same in jungles and a couple of other biomes. So you can see how the fog effect is. So we do /time set and we do midnight, for example. You don't see it too much on this. I feel like you see it more during the daytime. So let's do /time set. Let's do sunrise here. I mean, you can kind of see it, dude. I love this sandstorm effect. You can definitely see like a fog aura over there. So /time set, and we'll set this to daytime. No, the best time we experienced this was during sunrise. I'm going to stand in this exact position, but I'm going to change the resource pack to the Reinhard Luma to see if we can see any differences. Now, you guys should see a difference in this frame compared to the previous frame you've just seen. Feel free to go back and forth and tell me if you notice any differences. They will only be subtle, but I'm curious as to what you guys might notice. So the Reinhard Luma, it is an extended version of the Reinhard operator that comes at a slightly higher cost, but it preserves details in low dynamic range regions of an image that would otherwise be lost by the standard Reinhard operator. So again, the quality should be slightly more improved, and you should start to notice the fog a little bit more in this one. So we do /time set, and we do sunrise, for example. It is hard to tell, but the details are slightly different. And this is only one, or should I say two, of very few biomes where the details do actually change. Again, there's still a slight bug with this, where the sun can actually phase through terrain. That'll get fixed eventually. Apparently, this one comes at a slightly higher cost, but it preserves colors in high luminance regions of an image that would otherwise be washed by the standard Reinhard. So I think this is meant to make the colors pop a little bit more. And the best example of this is something like a Cherry Grove biome. I still think the best biome to experience shaders in is a jungle. It has the best grass and everything just looks so impressive. So if I was to set the time to noon here, check out how vibrant this is. Now, not every player is going to enjoy this. Like I said, a lot of people aren't a big fan of the really bright experience. And I get that. It's each to their own. And that's why I think having the ability to have different presets is definitely the right way for Mojang to go. But for me, I like this. And I love the shadows that it emits from my player. And I love just being underneath like the treetops. I just really get like a hot and humid experience here. And I like this. What you are now seeing is called Hable. I actually haven't experienced this one, but it definitely looks impressive. The details behind this one says, a filmic tone mapping operator meant to emulate the behaviors of real-life film, developed and shared by John Hable at a GDC talk from 2010, titled Uncharted 2 HDR lighting. It definitely looked really impressive during noon, but this is what it looks like during sunrise. And I think this is definitely the best experience we've had so far. You can kind of see how the light is popping all the way through there, and you can see how specific grass is actually lighter than the other ones. So that's something nice to see. /time set, we'll do day here. It's the sky. I love the really blue sky. /time set noon. /time set, and we'll do midnight here. Okay, so this is like dark and gloomy. And in the distances, you're going to see just mob eyes appearing in the darkness. And the last one I want to show you is Aces. And you can see how the shadows are so much darker. And I think this is why I like this. I like how the shadows pop a little bit more. So this is the sunrise effect. This one is day. This one is noon. Boy, I get flashbang with that one. But I think noon also looks relatively good. You can't really see the sun itself there. So yeah, the sun starts to get better. This one is during nighttime. Then we have ourselves midnight itself. And then I'll go inside of here, but let's have a look if we can see any differences here. It definitely just looks a lot more dark and gloomier, and the shadows just look so much darker. Here is what the shadows look like when you're in a cherry blossom, and the sky looks so much brighter overall. The water pops is just my favorite. I just think where the dark and the light meet each other, it just contrasts really, really well. But I can tell you this one is very demanding compared to the previous ones I've showed you. Shout out to Smoky Stacks. He went ahead and showed a difference between all of them. Obviously, different shaders appear much different. I don't think Poggies had access to these, which is why they weren't popping as much. But that one was Rain Hard Luma. You can just see how the subtle differences are happening with the actual sun there. Not a big fan of that one, to be honest. Or that, to be fair. And then we start getting into Hable. Again, things start to pop so much better inside of a trial chamber. I was trying to emulate what he did, and then we have the Aces one, and tell me that doesn't look fantastic. I need to get a hold of the shaders pack that he was using there. Anyway, the download is below. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section. There's still a long way to go for shaders, so don't be expecting this anytime soon. Just go and have a mess around. Let us know in the comment section which one you prefer. This is more of a darkened one versus the Rain Hard, which is more of a subtle one. Have a wonderful day.